Good evening. The former chief executive of Rangers Football Club, Charles Green, has been surrounded by an angry crowd as he left Glasgow Sheriff Court this afternoon. Mr. Green is charged with offences arising out of the purchase of the club 3 years ago, along with Rangers' former owner, Craig White, and David Whitehouse from the administrators, Duff and Phelps. Revel Alderson reports from Glasgow Sheriff Court.
Charles, you respond to the allegations you're facing.
Emerging from the Sheriff Court, the former Rangers chief executive Charles Green was subjected to a sustained verbal assault from angry fans. Mr. Green, who voluntarily attended a police station yesterday, had been held overnight before today's brief appearance before a sheriff in private. He faces charges arising from the 2012 purchase of Rangers. Mr. Green has been charged with conspiracy and of offences of fraud and against the Companies Act. Also appearing in a separate hearing was David Whitehouse, a former accountant with the firm Duff and Phelps, who acted as administrators for Rangers Football Club. Neither made any plea or declaration, and both were granted bail to appear here again at a later date.
Right, come on out the road, guys, come on.
David Whitehouse was also given a police escort through angry fans when he left the court. The former Rangers owner, Craig White, is still inside. Like the other two, he faces conspiracy charges and an accusation that he was involved in serious organised crime. Meanwhile, police have announced they've arrested a fourth man, believed to be another accountant, Paul Clark. He's expected to appear before Glasgow Sheriff Court tomorrow. Revel Alderson reporting Scotland, Glasgow Sheriff.
Good evening. There have been angry scenes outside Glasgow Sheriff Court as the former Rangers chief executive Charles Green was bailed after appearing over the alleged fraudulent purchase of the club in 2012. He was surrounded by furious fans as he exited the court under police escort. Our sports news correspondent Grant Russell is there now.
Yes, it has been a chaotic day here at Glasgow Sheriff Court. Charles Green, Craig White and David Whitehouse all appeared from custody this afternoon, all charged in connection with the alleged fraudulent acquisition of Rangers in 2012. Two of the men have been bailed so far, Mr. Green and Mr. Whitehouse. We expect Mr. White to be bailed shortly. But when Mr. Green and Mr. Whitehouse left the court earlier this afternoon, it led to angry scenes as supporters demanded answers from the men who were once at the helm of Rangers Football Club.
Charles Green faced the wrath of angry fans as he left Glasgow Sheriff Court this afternoon, charged over the alleged fraudulent acquisition of Rangers in 2012. The charge sheet for Green relates to several elements of his reign, when he paid £5.5 million to form a new company with Rangers assets as the old one went into liquidation. He is charged with conspiracy and fraud, involvement in serious organised crime, as well as a breach of the Companies Act. Green will be allowed to keep his passport as part of his bail conditions. White also faces charges related to Green's purchase of the club's assets 3 years ago. He is charged with conspiracy and involvement in serious organised crime. Rangers went into administration in 2011, with David Whitehouse one of those appointed to oversee the process. Today, he was also bailed. Green's case is being treated separately from that outstanding against White, Whitehouse and others, in which they are accused of a fraudulent scheme in relation to White's purchase of Rangers in 2011. No date has been set for any of the men in court today to appear again. All three made no plea or declaration.
Well, Craig White, as we said, is still in court. We expect him to be bailed in a short time. He is charged with conspiracy and involvement in serious organised crime. Well, there have been further developments in this case today. Paul Clark, the other administrator of the club in 2012, has been arrested. His firm Duff and Phelps were appointed as administrators by the court. David Whitehouse, his colleague, was here today at court and was subsequently bailed. As for Mr. Clark, he will appear here at Glasgow Sheriff Court tomorrow.
Grant at Glasgow Sheriff Court, thank you.